I know some of you all been sitting in your cars a long time waiting on this gentleman to join the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Mr. President, how you doing?
Just working, man, making sure that everybody goes to the polls.
Here we are again, Mr. President. I mean, this is a big day. A lot of folks are dealing with long lines. They're determined to stay in line to vote for you and other Democrats. What do you want to say to the family around the country?
Well, I just want to say thank you, because you're right. Everywhere we go, we've seen incredible turnout. People are focused in this election. You know, in 2008, everybody was excited. It was new. It was fresh. This time, what you get a sense of is just people determined to keep moving the country forward, to make sure that we don't go back to the failed policies of the past, and to see people waiting in line as long as they are and not being upset about it.
No.
And they are just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. It is really inspiring. But obviously, there's still a whole bunch of folks who have not voted yet. And so making sure that people find out where their polling place is. If you need information, going to gottavote.gov or gottavote.org, and really focusing on how important this election is for young people trying to go to college and getting financial aid, the millions of people who Obamacare is going to help provide health care that will lose it if we lose this election, the possibility that Medicare gets turned into a voucher, which obviously supports so many of our seniors, our moms, our grandparents, making sure that we end the war in Afghanistan responsibly and bring our troops home and spend some of that money rebuilding America and putting people back to work. All those issues are going to be determined today.
I talked about how you and I both have grayed over the last 4 years, and you put in a lot of work. It's a tough job, but it's got to be fulfilling for you, especially when it comes to helping out women and the young people and, of course, reaching out to Latinos and don't ask, don't tell. You got a lot done. I know you want to get a lot more done, but you have accomplished quite a bit.
Well, listen, we saved an economy that was on the verge of depression. We've created 5.5 million new jobs. We have seen the American auto industry come bouncing back, putting hundreds of thousands of folks back to work. We've made sure that we have reduced our oil imports, which is the long-term strategy for reducing gas prices. We have made sure that we're treating our veterans with the care they deserve. We're providing health insurance for people who don't have it, making sure young people can stay on their parents' plan if they don't yet have health insurance on the job. We've made millions of young people, made it easier for them to go to college, helping our HBCUs to be able to fulfill their outstanding mission. And so across the board, what I've said I'd do, I've done. We've got more work to do, especially in terms of putting more folks back to work, concentrating in those communities where we've got a lot of unemployment so that young people are getting the best education possible, the skills training they need to get a job. But we can only do it if people turn out to vote today. So, I just want to say to everybody, do not think that your vote will not make a difference. When we won North Carolina last time, we won it by an average of 5 votes per precinct.
Wow.
Which means that everybody who's listening right now, I know you can find 5 people who didn't vote.
That's right.
Who have not yet voted. And for you to call them up, help them get to the polls, give them the information they need, encourage them to participate. That's the most important thing that we can do today.
Mr. President, are you going to win this election?
Yes.
And tell the family, I believe that, and they believe it as well. That's why we're fighting as hard as we are. And why is that important for us to understand the difference between you and your opponent?
Well, look, Governor Romney wants to repeal Obamacare. That's millions of people off of potentially getting the health care that they need. You've got Governor Romney's and Congressman Ryan's budget, which would slash by about 20% our investment in education. That would eliminate Medicaid for millions of people all across the country. That would prevent us from providing the kinds of research that helps to create jobs here in America. Across the board, Governor Romney's priorities are the same ones that got us into this mess in the first place.
Well, Mr. President, good luck over the next 24 hours and or more, 36 hours. We'll be right there fighting with you.
I need everybody to vote.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Appreciate you.